Good morning, class. Today we are going to recap on what we did yesterday. Yesterday we talked about the product of two identical variables. The product of two identical variables, we consider two variables, and we said this variable can be multiplied to give you what? X squared. X times x is equivalent to x squared. Now we also exposed you to the product of three identical variables, x times x times x. We said it was x cubed. We went further and showed that x times x times x times x is what? X to the power 4. Now we pick x squared with itself and multiplied the two to have x squared times x squared, and we got to the power 4. Why x to the power 4? Because x squared itself is x times x, then this multiplication sign, and x squared is also x times x, and in total we have 4x. The reason why we have x raised to the power 4. Now you see, if we do the same for x squared times x cubed, which is equal to x to the power 5, why is it x to the power 5? The logic is x squared times x cubed is the same thing as x raised to the power of 2 plus 3, and that clearly is x to the power 5. Now in general, if n and m are integers, that is numbers, we can have these main facts, x to the power n times x to the power m, to be equals to x to the power n plus m. This is the main results under indices, and we can prove this with what we saw initially. Remember, we saw that x times x is equivalent to x squared, and that is simply because x is the same thing as x to the power 1. Here also we have x to the power 1, and based on this fact, x to the power 1 times x to the power 1 is x to the power 1 plus 1, which is x squared. Similarly, x to the power 2 times x to the power 3 is x to the power 2 plus 3, as we talked before, which is equal to x to the power 5. 2 plus 3 is clearly what? 5. Now we went further and talked about the addition of the variables. Now we considered two cases. We said we started by considering the cases where we are adding like variables that are the same. We started with the simple fact that x plus x is 2x, okay, and went ahead and showed that 2x plus 5x is 7x. Actually, this follows from the directed numbers. Imagine you are given 2 apples and 5 apples later on. In total, you are left with what? 7 apples. Okay. Reason why 2x plus 5x is equal to 7x. X can be anything. Now we can also write these problems under this topic in this form with the brackets, as we saw in directed numbers. You see, in bracket we have plus 2x plus in bracket minus 5x. What is the solution? Good. We start by opening the brackets. When you open the brackets, we saw yesterday that it's the same thing as writing whatever you see in that expression, everything here, but without the brackets. When you do that, we recall that plus minus is what? Plus minus is minus. So we have plus 2x minus 5x, and positive 2x minus 5x is negative 3x. Directed numbers, we saw that in our previous topic. Now look at the second problem. We have negative 3x minus into minus what? 7x. Now we do the same thing here. We open the brackets. Once you open the bracket, you have this expression, negative 3x minus 7x. But minus is positive, so we have negative 3x plus what? 7 plus 7x, giving us what? 4x. Negative 3x plus 7x is 4x. Use your number line. What is negative 3 plus 7? Plus 4. So negative 3x plus 7x is plus 4x. The next one is negative 6x plus 2x. Now when you do the same thing, you open the brackets, we have negative 6x plus 2x, which is equivalent to negative 6x plus 2x. And of course, negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. So negative 6x plus 2x is negative 4x. The second case we'll consider is adding unlike variables. Now, unlike in the previous case where we add like variables that are the same, if you consider x plus y, the question is, what is x plus y? Of course, we can't really add two unknown things. It's like someone is asking you to add one apple to one banana. How do you add that? Is it possible for you to add an apple with a banana and obtain a single item that has the fullness of an apple and a banana at the same time? It's not possible. Okay, it's not possible. So x plus y is the same thing as x plus y, no change. The reason is simple, because the two variables are different, and since the variables are different, the expression, the final result, is bound to remain as it was before. So same thing applies to x minus 1. X minus 1 is equivalent to x minus 1. Okay, x minus 1 is equivalent to x minus 1. Now we ended our last class with the grouping of like variables. Now you see, this is a very important topic. Grouping of like variables. If you consider a simple problem, look at this problem: 2x plus y minus x plus 3y. You notice that 2x and x, y and 3y are found in different locations. Our aim, the term grouping, is what? Our aim is to collect those like terms together. Okay, collect those like terms together. So we'll bring negative x here towards 2x, because I hope you know the sign in front of the variable belongs to the variable. This negative sign belongs to x. This positive sign belongs to y. This positive sign belongs to 3y. So what we do is collect like terms. So we take negative x here and take it closer to 2x. Reason why we have 2x minus x. The x goes with its sign, so we have 2x minus x. And of course, plus y remains where it is, and then obviously 3y gets closer to what? Y, because we are taking x closer to x. Taking x, removing x from this location, we are left with what? Plus y plus 3y. That's exactly what we have here. And so we work it out. 2x minus x is the same thing as 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2x minus x is x. Okay, also y plus 3y is what? 4y. So our final answer, because we cannot add these two, we talked about it, the addition of unlike variables, we can't add these two together to have a single variable, so this will be what? The final answer. Okay, this is exactly where we stopped yesterday, and we are going to continue and look at expansion. We'll look at more examples on this first of all before we'll check the next topic. Thank you. So today is the 26/8/2020. We are still in mathematics, GS what? 2. Now we'll look at more example. The first one is, say, simplify. We have 3x minus 6y plus 5x minus what? Okay, let's say plus 2y. Okay. Solution. You see, just as we said before, we collected the like terms. 3x minus 6y plus 5x plus 2y is equals to, we take 5x closer to what? Closer to 2x. So it will move with its positive sign. So minus 6x will now be dropping, will now get closer to what? 2y. So if we take 5x closer to 3x, we have 3x plus the sign of 5x plus 5x, then what is minus 6y, and what comes next? Plus what? 2y. So you see that this 3x plus 5x is what? That's 8x. Now minus 6y plus 2y, we should ask ourselves, what is minus 6 plus 2? Minus 6 plus 2, we saw in number line in our previous topic that so minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. Therefore, minus 6y plus 2y is minus 4y. Second example is if you are given 5t plus 2p minus 7p plus negative 8t. Okay, what you would do here is the same thing. You collect like terms, you group them. So we open this bracket first. We have 5t plus 2p minus 7p plus minus what? 8t. Now what is so first we have 5t. What is 2p minus 7p? 2 minus 7 is first of all minus what? 5. Therefore 2p minus 7p is minus 5p. Okay, plus minus is what? Minus. So we have minus 80. Now we are left to bring negative 80 closer to what? 5t, because we need to group them. That's the law. So we have 5t. This negative sign belongs to 80, so it goes along with it. So we have minus what? 80. We left at the back with what? Minus 5p. Now what is 5t minus 8t? Because 5 minus 8 is negative 3, so 5t minus 8t is what? Negative 3t minus what? 5p. This will be final solution, just as this is the final solution. Simply because we can't work it further. These are kind of the addition of two unlike variables. So the next subtopic we are going to look into is opening what? Well, we'll call it opening brackets. Okay, opening brackets. Now, what is opening brackets all about? Now we'll go straight to some examples. Consider the following. Okay, we have plus a times, we often use bracket to denote multiplication, times plus b plus c in bracket. Now plus a times plus b plus c in bracket means what? We use this positive a and multiply b and c respectively. That's the process of opening the bracket. So to open the bracket here, I will use a and multiply with b, and I will use a again and multiply with c. Okay. So we have plus a times plus b. That's positive a times positive b is what? Positive ab. Okay, positive a times positive c is what? Positive ac. And that is it. Also, if you have positive a times what? Positive b. Now instead of positive c we have negative c. It's going to give us here, just as we saw here, we use a and multiply this, and a and multiply this. So we start positive a times positive b is what? Positive ab. Now positive a times negative c is what? Plus times negative is negative. So positive a times negative c is negative ac. Okay, now what if the value outside is negative? Negative a times what? Positive b positive c. What will it give us? Now doing the same thing, we use negative a and multiply positive b, and negative a and multiply positive c. Negative a times positive b is negative AB, because negative times positive is negative, so A times B is what? AB. So negative A times positive B is negative AB. Negative A times positive C is what? Negative AC, simply because negative times positive is negative and A times C is AC. Finally, negative A times positive B, okay, not finally, because positive B minus C will give us what? Following the same approach, we have negative A times positive B being negative AB, and negative A times negative C giving us what? Positive AC, because negative times negative is positive. Okay, what if everything within is negative? Okay, like we have negative A into negative B, negative C. Now, of course, we do the usual multiplication. Negative A times negative B is what? Positive AB, because negative times negative is positive. So A times B, what? AB. Negative A times negative C is positive what? AC. Why? Because negative times negative is positive and A times C is AC. Reason why we have this solution. Okay, this is what we are going to practically use and apply in this opening of bracket. This technique, you see that when you open the bracket, when there are negative sign before the bracket, it affects the signs within the bracket. You see the sign changes. If it is a positive sign, the sign are not going to change. It preserves the sign. You see, when it's positive out, the signs are preserved. The signs are preserved. But when it's negative, these signs are changed to negative, negative when they are positive, and when they are negative, when it's also negative, the positive sign will switch to negative, the negative one will switch to positive. Here they are both negative. This negative sign would switch both of them to what? Positive signs. Okay, very important. So in the process of opening the bracket, when you're multiplying an expression by a negative number, the negative number affects the signs in the bracket. Okay, very, very important. So we are going to look at case 1 now. That is when we have positive A into what? Positive B plus C, which we saw is positive AB, positive what? AC. Now, examples here. We have if you have to simplify 2x into what? I say 5z plus 3t. To simplify this, what we do first is what? We use 2x and multiply that. So you write it out first. 2x times 5z plus 3t. Now 2x times 5z is what? 2x times 5z, that's 10xz. Okay, then 2x times 3t, that's what? 6xt. Is that clear? This is example 1. Example 2. Simplify. 3 into what? Plus 2 plus 7. Same thing here. This is just with numbers. 3 into plus 2 plus 7. This technique says that when we use 3 and multiply plus 2 and then 3 and multiply plus 7. I know we can sum this and multiply with 3, right? But we want to use the method, okay? 3 times plus 2. So we have 3 times what? Plus 2 plus 3 times what? Plus 7, okay? So we have here plus 6 plus what? 21. And plus 6 plus 21 is clearly what? Positive what? 27. Okay, that's using the method. Now in case 2. Case 2 is when you have a plus a into plus b, but this time around minus c, and we saw it is plus ab minus ac. Okay, now example 1 here. If you are asked to simplify that same question, 2x, of course this is plus 2x. When you don't see the sign in front of the variable, that means it's positive, into what? 5x, but minus 3t this time around. What you do here, you open the bracket as usual, 2x into 5x, sorry, 5z, the letter z, 5z minus 3t. When you open the brackets, you are going to have 2x times 5, 2x times 5z, and 2x times 5z is what? 10xz. Then 2x times what? Negative 3t. Okay, this is positive clearly. So positive 2x times negative 3t gives us what? Negative what? 6xt. Okay, okay, good. Good. So for case 3, we have this time negative a into what? Positive b plus c. We saw it gives us negative ab, negative what? ac. Now, as an example under this case, we are still considering the same question where we have simplify what? That's plus 2x into what? Plus 5x minus what? This time, sorry, plus 3t. Okay, sorry, this is supposed to be minus, sorry, my bad, minus 2x into plus 5x plus 3t. Now, how do we work this out? Minus 2x into what? Plus 5x plus 3t. We do the same thing. Remember we said we use minus 3x here multiply. Sorry, this is z, not x. I don't know why I'm making this mistake. We use minus 2x and multiply with positive 5z. And minus times plus is minus clearly. 2 times 5, 10. X times z, xz. So minus 2x times plus 5z is what? Minus 10xz. Minus 2x this time around times plus 3t is what? Okay, we start like this. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times 3, 6. X times t, xt. And that is your final solution. That's opening the bracket. Case 4. Case 4 is when we have the negative a into positive b minus c. We saw this is going to give us negative ab plus what? ac. Now, what we'll do here, we'll consider the first example, example 1. We are asked to simplify. Simplify negative, let's consider the same question, we'll just change the sign. Negative 2x into what? Positive 5z. Now, for you to tally with this category, we put negative 3t instead. Good. Now, for the solution to this particular problem, we see that negative 2x into what? Positive 5z minus 3t is going to be equals to what? We use negative 2x and multiply with positive 5z. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times 5 is 10. X times z is what? xz. So negative 2x times positive 5z is negative 10xz. Now, negative 2x times what? Negative 3t. Negative times negative is what? Positive. 2 times 3 is what? 6. X times t is what? xt. So negative 2x times negative 3t is positive what? 6xt. Okay, that is case 4. Finally, case 5, where we have negative a into negative b, negative c. Of course, we saw it is positive ab plus ac. And the example we are going to check here follows from the other ones. We have simplify negative what? 2x into what? Negative 5z, negative 3t. Now, to work this out, we see that negative 2x into what? Negative 5z minus 3t. We start by finding the product of these two. Negative times negative is what? Positive. 2 times 5, 10. X times z is what? Xz. Okay, so negative 2x times negative 5z is positive 10xz. Now we find negative 2x times negative 3t. We start with negative times negative, positive. 2 times 3, 6. X times t, xt. So we see that our result of negative 2x times negative 3t is positive 6xt. Very important. Okay, this will be the end for today's class. Be expecting a video coming up by this weekend on Friday, and some assignment questions for you people to solve. Thank you.